Welcome back to the SMT YouTube channel. All right, folks, we got a big story for you here today. It is massive news. Changes at Verizon. The current CEO, outgoing CEO, Hans Vestberg, being replaced by Dan Schulman. For what it's worth, Hans will be staying on as a special advisor for the next year, I think through October of 2026. As a company, we still see that the financial guidance is unchanged for Verizon. And for going from Hans to Dan, it's going to be a focus on a smooth transition, as per the press release from Verizon. You're going to see an emphasis on growth, sector leadership, according to Dan Schulman and the Verizon press release. Mr. Schulman is a seasoned, decisive leader, according to Verizon in the press release. He offers unique experiences, I think, namely his time as PayPal CEO, where he was transformative, offered decisive leadership, and focused on operational excellence. He has also been on the Verizon board since 2018, and the expectation is it will be a customer focus and a focus on financial growth. So what does Dan Schulman walk into? He's walking into a massive company, Frontier acquisition recently, and the Verizon Fios piece, which is a large fiber footprint. It's a very big wireline business at Verizon, business group and consumer group. They have a massive wireless network that has enjoyed, customer perception of excellence for multiple decades. A huge trove of wireless assets, a pedigree of wireless excellence, a very large market share. Whether it's consumer or business, they've always dominated in those spaces. So that's all the great and good things, right? It is a company that does have a lot of debt, so he's walking into that. Let's not pretend like we're not going to address the elephant in the room. I also think there's a bit of a corporate culture problem at Verizon. Internally, I think there's a lot of blame. I think there's a culture of deflection. I have noticed fading customer care, obviously retail turbulence as well. The company in the past, recently especially, we've seen that they've tried to fix their slow-moving nature. I think a lack of business innovation, and I'm not talking about the network, but just internally, some of those kind of things. Dan Schulman will be tasked with operational efficiency, monetization focuses, new revenue streams, boosting existing revenue streams, forging partnerships and infrastructure, and those kind of things. Look, guys, Hans, his phase is done. He, during his time, was focused on the network. He's exiting a very competitive industry, a time where it's only gotten more heightened. Dan Schulman, 67 years old. He's not a spring chicken. They brought in someone with a lot of experience, someone who's from the East Coast, educated in the tri-state area. He'll be given this Frontier integration process. I think he's hired based on PayPal success, some telco experience with Sprint, Nextel, and Virgin Mobile, and also a short time with AT&T. His goal is going to be taking share, financial growth, trying to get new subscribers, trying to win back the old ones. He's a finance guy. So, you're bringing in the very, very specific type of person with a very specific type of skill set. Obviously, they didn't go, external with this. They went internal. They stayed on the board. I do not expect Verizon to change much. I really don't. I don't personally. You may. Maybe you think Verizon's going to change here. I have no idea. I don't see how this hire indicates we're going to get much of a different Verizon. I think, if anything, you're going to see a company that's going to probably try to shrink headcount, that's probably going to try to just focus on AI methodologies to improve efficiencies. I don't really see what he's going to be doing differently, unless there's some things internally that maybe some folks know. I don't know. He's been on the board since 2018. So, clearly he was selected and appointed for a reason. He's familiar with the business, amongst other things. So let me know what you guys think about this. That's it. We now know about T-Mobile. Now we know about Verizon on the heel of one another, right? So it's like new guard in the industry. I think basically learning about Stanky's progressions is probably next. But yeah, the industry having some changes in transitional periods here. Let me know what you guys think of this news. Like, share, subscribe. Check out some more videos. We'll see you guys soon on the next one.